The dish that I'm cooking today is going to be a slow-cooked Scotch lamb with a warm tarragon mousse. We're going to start off by cooking our Scotch lamb. So we're just going to cut up the lamb shoulder, which has been deboned for me, and we're going to put that in the vat pack. We're then going to seal the bag and put the steamer on 91 degrees and cook that for at least 8 hours. Whilst the lamb is cooking, we're going to move on to quickly put the pea puree on. So for that, we dice up an onion. To that, we're going to add a small tablespoon of curry powder. To that, we're going to add the peas, and I actually use frozen peas. We're going to cover that with water, and we're just going to bring that to the boil. So we're going to drain the liquid off the peas. We're then going to put the peas into a food processor and basically liquidize that to give us a nice smooth puree. Okay, then we're going to move on to our tarragon mousse, okay, which is basically a classical sort of chicken mousse with 120 grams of chicken, and we will process that. Once that is done, we add salt, 8 grams of salt, and 375 grams of double cream. So you mix that the cream until a nice mousse is obtained, and then we finish it with some fresh chopped tarragon. So once the lamb is cooked, we drain it. To that, we need to sweat off some garlic and shallots and ginger. Once that's sweated off, we will add that to the lamb. Using a fork, we just gently want to break down that lamb a little bit. So now we weigh 300 grams of the mix, and we now make that into a sausage shape and wrap that with cling film, and then we put that in the fridge. It's best to actually set it overnight, just to allow all the proteins and all the fat of the lamb just to set. And what we then do is just pane it. A little bit of flour, a little bit of dusting of flour. We then put them into the beaten eggs, and then into the breadcrumbs, and then that's ready to be deep fried. We then deep fry that at quite a low temperature, 155 degrees, and we deep fry that for about 2 or 3 minutes. We take the portion out of the fryer and we just finish it off in the oven for, again, about 2 minutes, then it's ready for serving. So once the mousse is done, we take the mousse out of the food processor, we put it onto a flat tray, and then just using a palette knife, you just spread that quite thin, and then we cook that in the steamer, again 91 degrees for about 6 or 7 minutes. Once that is cooked, we then use a ring cutter, the same size as the lamb, and we cut little discs out of the mousse. So now we're ready to plate up, and we're going to start by putting the pea puree and using that as a canvas on the plate. So that goes on. Then we add the tarragon mousse. On top of that, we're ready to put the lamb. That goes on top. And on top of that, on top of the lamb, I put some deep fried lotus root, which go on top of the lamb. And we also put a little bit of pea powder, just as a little garnish. And then here we just have a mint jus. So there you have your slow-cooked Scotch lamb with a warm tarragon mousse.